Hey everyone, Lou with Bergen Pickers here, and today we're going over our first vintage jewelry haul for February 2016. As you can see, today's haul is kind of rhinestone heavy. So let's dive right in and take a look at the first piece. There we go. It's a nice gold tone brooch. A lot of clear round cut rhinestones in different shapes and sizes. Back's bent a little bit, but it's nice. Alright, let's move on to the next. It's like a floral figural over here. Kind of look like daisies. There we go. Very nice. It is unmarked. Got a stretchy bracelet, so it's adjustable. Pretty nice, like a brown or what I call a Coca-Cola colored rhinestones. It's got some metalware on the band, you can see right there. So it was pretty used, but it's a nice prong setting, so it's pretty cool. Folks like figurals of animals and insects, especially butterflies. People have different beliefs as far as butterflies go. They think that perhaps it could be someone's soul that they encounter, or that a butterfly is good luck when you come across it. So these are always good to pick up and put out there for people to buy. Got a simple rhinestone monogram, silver tone. It's the letter M, as you can see. So that's a cool pickup. People like monograms, especially brooches and pins. Got a little hair accessory here. It's like a hair clip. It's older. Having trouble focusing. Hope you guys can see that. And it's really nice. It's prong settings, and in the back, if you pop this open, you can see that it is made in France. So that's pretty neat. I don't know if anybody would reuse this because it's obviously been in someone else's hair. And I know some women are squeamish about that, and I don't blame them. But if you put it through like a jewelry cleaner, it should be good to go. So these are clip-on earrings. It's definitely crystal. I mean, in my previous video I covered if you touch it and it's cold to the touch, it's glass or crystal. And these are. So I'm going to flip them around. They're unmarked. Still pretty cool. You'll come across a lot of necklaces like this, and earrings like these. So these are pretty nice. Some of them are Austrian crystal, usually marked in the back. You know, it'll say made in Austria or Austria. These aren't. And don't forget that Swarovski crystals come from Austria. Okay, so this is a nice brooch with like baby blue colors, rhinestones, silver tone. And you can tell this is an older piece, just based on the back of the settings here. Okay, so now what do you think? Is this old or new? Now when I'm talking about new, I mean 1990s and earlier, so anything that's made in China. This one is. You can tell whoever made this, and it looks factory made to me, tried kind of faking that it's got a lot of detail and everything. This is a pendant brooch combo. See the black coloring in the back? That's usually a dead giveaway. To I guess the more experienced eye. You can tell right away it's lower quality. But you know what? For somebody that likes to wear it, more power to you. A nice piece. These remind me of like the Eisenberg or the Weiss brooches. This one is neither. Although sometimes it can be, even though it's unmarked. As you're noticing, none of these pieces are marked so far. Okay, so this is just a single earring. But it was nice, so I figured I'd show it to you guys. Has all the rhinestones. It's definitely a vintage piece. Probably mid-century at some point, maybe 60s. It's a nice pair of earrings. Notice that these are clip earrings. One of the earrings is missing 2 rhinestones. So it's pretty easy to repair these. I'm going to cover in another video how to put a rhinestone in. It's fairly easy to do. It just takes a lot of patience, and sometimes it's not worth the effort unless you're going to wear it, or unless it's a high-end piece. It's really not worth the effort. But we're going to cover that in another vid. So please subscribe. Here's a nice piece. A lot of detail, prong settings. It's like a 3D. There we go. Can you see that? Almost got like a 3-dimensional effect to it. Super shiny. Couldn't tell you what it is or who made it. So it's a nice unsigned beauty, even though they're clear stones. You got some Navette shaped stones, different size round shaped stones. They're all clear. Here's a piece that is a scarf clip, like a dress clip. And yes, it is missing a rhinestone. And you can see a lot of the original older rhinestones have this gold foil in the back. And it is foil, it's not like color or something, so that does peel off with wear. And you can see that these pieces right here, they're pretty pointy, and it's supposed to be because it's supposed to clip on tight and then not let go, right? Make sure that something's clipped there, so. Very nice. Got another brooch. This one's got kind of like smoky stones, like a charcoal or like gray stones. They're pretty nice. Nice little V back of the pin. They're nice pieces. This looks like another modern piece to me. Now I'm feeling it, and yeah, this feels like plastic to me. There's nothing cold there. You can tell that stone right there. Can you see it? It's like a whiter stone. See, it's white. It's supposed to be clear. I'm trying to mimic, I guess, like vintage pieces, and it's just not. Just the way this is cut. Familiar with it. This looks like something you would pick up at like Charming Charlie's or something along those lines. And as I'm trying to focus this for you, let me see if I can do it manually. It just looks more polished than the older pieces. The older pieces are kind of dull looking on the metal. This looks crudely dipped in whatever that gold coloring was. There we go. So you can just tell it's a newer piece. And these are plastic. Alright. It's like a layered brooch. People describe this as like a sunburst effect. So this is pretty nice. No missing rhinestones, that's always a positive. And here's another newer piece. Yeah, very nice. It's got the pink or fuchsia and Aurora Borealis. So Aurora Borealis is this like iridescent rainbow effect on the rhinestones. You always know that pieces are made after the 1950s if it's got stones like that, because this and I call it technology, or this method wasn't used until after then. And you can see again that it's kind of crudely dipped. It's kind of sloppy, actually, the way it was made. There's also another combination pendant brooch. Nice piece. I guess this would be the matching brooch to those earlier clip-on earrings that we saw. Again, crystal, most likely. It could be lead or rock crystal, and it can be tested. And you see this aurora borealis effect, again, after 1950. Here we got another, like little scarf clip, like a dress clip. Now this one, I can just tell, simply by the material in the spring there, that it's definitely from the Art Deco area. So Art Deco, we're talking about 1920s throughout the 1930s, so Depression era. That's Art Deco. You can see the lines. Okay, these are very familiar with Art Deco pieces. Look it up, research Art Deco, Empire State Building was created to that in that era. And you can see that, you know, it's like true Americana. There you go. It's a lot of Art Deco collectors there, and it's marked simply by the patent number. So you can research the patent number and really find out when it was patented and, you know, estimate how old the piece is. I got another brooch. This one's got mother of pearl stones, I guess you could say, because mother of pearl is actually a shell. And some rhinestones, some clear rhinestones adorning it, and it's a gold tone. And when I saw this, I thought this was fantastic. I wish I would have gotten this before the holiday season, you know, before Christmas, because let's bring that in. That's a really nice piece. So, yeah, if you're interested in this, contact us, because I know it's after Christmas, but it's really heavy. It's loaded with stones. It's definitely a vintage piece, as you can see. There it is. Very nice. This I thought was interesting. Got two of the exact same one. So you got a two for whoever had this, but two of the same. This came from the same place. That's like a flower. Again, silver tone, light blue rhinestones. It's another more modern piece again, Aurora Borealis, Coca-Cola stones. Again, that's what I've called them. Yep, and there we go. We're missing a rhinestone right there. If you guys are planning on selling any of the stuff that you pick up, make sure you talk about the flaws. Don't just mention, you know, how beautiful it is and stunning, and, you know, demi-parure and couture and chunky and all those key terms that people like using. The fact is that it is important to mention the flaws. So on something like this, if it's missing a rhinestone, just point it out. Your buyers will appreciate it. Okay? This is enameling, so this is a type of paint on jewelry. And just tell you a little bit about how it's made and what enamel is. So true vitreous enamel, it's used in each jewelry piece. You know, it's the fusion of fired glass with sterling silver. Okay, so that's how this gets colored. Results in a lustrous color that really never changes unless it chips off. So this technique was made famous in the 1900s by jewelers like Lalique, Fabergé, and Tiffany. Okay, so that's what that is. It's enameling. And you'll see that on pottery as well, on ceramics. So this is, I guess, the only piece here that's really not with any rhinestones. And I thought it was interesting because it's got a lot of gold flakes, and it is hand carved. Okay, so this is not machine made, and it's got like a lot of little gold flakes in it. So I'm not exactly sure what this is. I got to do a little more research on it, but I thought it was interesting. So there it is. It's a rose, I believe. Well, that's nice. Reminds me of like peacock colors, right? Nice iridescent colors. So this is definitely going to stand out. Obviously a vintage piece, unsigned. Definitely falls under the unsigned beauty category. Needs some cleaning. Got a nice little leaf figure over here with ruby red rhinestones. Looks newer, even though it's got the older stones in it. Either that or it's like in really superb condition. This definitely looks like a newer piece to me. there it is. Another older piece with intertwining ovals here. Again, the brownish or Coca-Cola colored rhinestones with clear rhinestones, and then gold metal, gold tone metal. So this looks impressive, but I gotta tell you, it's not the real deal. These are all plastic. Still pretty cool. Okay, it's a brooch, but it's definitely plastic, and it's prong set plastic. So this generally goes into the lot pile. It needs to be lotted out, meaning, you know, because it is made of lower quality, and you don't want to deceive. You always want to disclose what it is made out of. It goes with like 20 other items, and they get sold as a lot. Another modern piece, still very nice, but somehow this snuck into the vintage pieces. It's a nice set of older dangle earrings, and the red really pops. These are screw back earrings. So yeah, you screw these in. They don't really make stuff like this anymore. I guess that's what the appeal is. So this stuff was really special. Again, it looks unsigned. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's unsigned. Let me just lay that out for you. So it's like a dangle brooch. Whoop, let's bring that in. And it's got a lot of intricacies here. It's got Navette stones. It's loaded with rhinestones, clear colored rhinestones, in different shapes and sizes. It's got like a layered effect here in the center. There we go. So that's nice. Whoop. So it's a nice find. This should sell on its own, even though it's unsigned. Again, somewhat of a newer piece. This may be, actually no, it's not. This is an older piece actually, and I could tell right away by that. Well, let me bring that in. This is actually an older piece based on the way they made that part right there. So here's a pendant, large Aurora Borealis stone, and I believe it's plastic. It doesn't feel cold to the touch at all. So that goes into a lot. Then we got a nice little ring. This probably belonged to like it's like a little girl's ring. It's adjustable, so you can pull it apart. I'm going to show you right now. You can pull it apart to kind of just adjust. Here's a bar brooch or bar pen, simply because it's shaped like a bar. That's an older piece, and then a bracelet. There you go. So there you have it. This is our latest haul, our first one for February. And please subscribe to us. We're always encouraged by any comments, or if you like our video, it's always much, very much appreciated. And we'd like to keep these coming. So thank you very much. This is Lou with Bergen Pickers. And again, please subscribe to our channel. I'll talk to you guys soon.